Hey everybody, Hinarera here, and today our EFT tapping is on money, or I can't afford it. Now, before we start, I want you to tune into what it is you desire, what it is you want in your life, or what it is that you can't afford. Okay, it could be something that you're buying for your business. It could be a course that you want to do. It could be a coach that you want to work with, anything that you want. I want you to tune in right now to what that is, and I want you to rate your emotional state around it, okay? What is it that you can't afford, okay? And how do you feel? I want you to rate that 0 to 10. 0, I have no feelings around that. I'm feeling okay. Well, you wouldn't be, otherwise you wouldn't be here. But 10 would be, I've got something coming up really quickly. I've got a big bill that I have to pay. I have a course that I want to do, and it's causing me intense worry and anxiety and fear because I won't be able to fulfill what it is I'm choosing to fulfill in my life. So I want you to rate that now. Get your pen and paper and rate it. Okay, do you feel intense fear and worry? Or are you about a 5? It's just causing you stress? Because this is usually what happens. It's with this excuse. So I want you to rate that now and tap along with me, and my words will be, in effect, your words, okay? It will be you speaking. So tap along and take into your system my words, okay, as I do that. So are we ready? If you're not making much money in your life, then you're holding on to some negative beliefs, and you're holding on to how much money that you are capable of flowing into your life, because money's energy. It's energy, and we project our beliefs onto money, and according to the way that we act and our beliefs and our system and our vibration, remember, it's vibration, that will determine what energy you will receive from money, okay? So it's an inside job, people. This is an inside job. When you change your beliefs about money, money will change for you. So let's start this. Tap along with me and really take into my words as if they were your own. Okay, let's go. All right, tap into what it is you want to afford, or this bill you're paying, or whatever it is. Even though I cannot afford this, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I cannot afford this, and money always seems to be an issue in my life, I never seem to have enough money, and I can never afford the things that I want, I deeply and completely love and accept myself regardless of how I'm feeling at the moment. Even though I'm feeling stressed, I'm feeling worried, and I'm feeling anxious, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to afford this. Actually, I don't think I'm going to at all. I'm not going to be able to pay this bill. I'm going to go under. I'm going to not be able to pay my mortgage. I'm not going to be able to pay for this course that I think will really help me. I'm having these feelings of anxiety. It keeps me up at night, and even though I feel this, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And I do forgive myself. I choose to forgive myself anyway for the things that I'm feeling at this moment. Okay, are we ready to tap? Listen in and tap with me. I will never have enough money. It just doesn't seem to stick around. There's always something to pay. Bills, bills, bills. We can never afford the things we need and we want, especially this, substitute your word, that I really feel we need to propel us forward to pay this bill. For whatever reason, we can't afford this. I find it hard to really get on top of the things in my life. It's just one thing after another. Maybe there are other reasons I really can't afford it, really can't afford what I need right now. Maybe it's more than just what's showing up in my life physically, that I can't attract the money that I need, and instead of a money magnet, I'm a money repellent. I feel, like insect repellent. I just seem to repel money like insect repellent repels insects. It just doesn't need to want to come near me. It doesn't show up in abundance for me, especially when I need it. And I needed it yesterday. I need to afford this. I want to afford this thing at the moment. Maybe deep inside money is just not spiritual enough for me, and that could be a reason why I'm not magnetic to money. I feel maybe deep inside that money's the root of all evil. I don't want to be evil. No thanks. I want to serve God and I want to serve the world, and I can't do that if I have a lot of money. I just want enough. And being evil is a horrible thing. When I look at rich people in the world, I think they're evil. They just seem to be having more fun than I am, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're nice people. I think they're greedy. They are dishonest. That's what I think. So I just think that if I just had enough for what I needed and I didn't have too much, I'd be fine. Even when I was growing up, there always seemed to be fighting over money in our home. Fight after fight. We were always lacking. I saw that with my parents. You see, it's in my history. It's in my family history. It's just how we do. It's just what we do. And I'm destined to not be able to afford anything I want and I need. I don't think I should make more than my parents did. If that were the case, they would feel inferior to me, and I don't want that. I respect them too much for the struggle that they endured throughout my childhood. And I'm not a money magnet, maybe because I really don't think I deserve it. I've used money and I've abused it. I've done a lot of silly things with money, and I guess in a way I've heard that that's what happens when money doesn't show up. Anyway, besides all that, it's also the economy. The economy is in such a bad way. How am I supposed to get on top of everything? It's just, the economy at the moment is rubbish, and that's why I'm always poor. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Money's just never there. I want to be free. I want to be free from the money trap and from the lack. But for some reason or another, I think I'm just destined to be where I am. I'll probably never have enough money in my life. I'm just destined to not afford what I want. I could live like this, I guess, but admittedly, I've had abundance at many times and it's just slipped through my hands. I think I'm pretty good at budgeting. Well, kind of. I'm probably not, and maybe that's why money doesn't stick around. I don't feel that I should have too much money. I don't feel worthy of it. Besides, if I had too much, I'd be rich and successful. That wouldn't be very good in the books, in my family's books or in my friends. They'd feel inferior. They wouldn't like me. They'd be jealous. And I don't want that. At this time where I'm struggling to afford the things I want, I need my friends and family around me. I need them to support me. And they'd feel safer if I didn't have too much money. So I'd probably not do rich and successful. It doesn't really help the people around me. So I'm just not a money magnet. Never have money, never. And when I guess, in a way, when I look at it, it's not entirely true. I have had money sometimes, and I've been able to acquire the roof over my head and my car, and I have good food in my home. I'm warm. I'm happy in that respect. Money has served me in my life and in those areas. And when I look around, I do have an abundant life in some respects. I have air to breathe. The sun warms me. I love being out in nature, and I love spending time with my loved ones. And you know what? I have a body. I have a happy, healthy body. I'm healthy. I have arms and legs and ears and eyes. My family is safe. My family are healthy. I love them and they love me. When I look at it that way, I'm feeling pretty blessed at the moment. I realize now that it may be the reason why I'm repelling money has got to do with my thinking. I didn't think about abundance the way I just have, the abundance that I have in other areas of my life. I guess maybe my thinking needs an overhaul. That's probably the reason I'm repelling, because I've been a bit too needy. I've been a bit too needy to money, which is, in effect, it's just paper. Who really wants bits of paper in their life? Well, I do, but now I realise it's what it represents. And I have elements of what it represents. I have freedom, and I do have abundance. I've been focusing on something else all this time. My bills, if I didn't have my bills, I'd be cold and I'd be living in the dark. I wouldn't have heating. I wouldn't have aircon to keep me cool, or I wouldn't have insurances that give me the ability to safeguard my future. Oh, I'm so glad I have my bills. What would I do without them? And when I take a closer look at the rich and wealthy, they're actually pretty generous. They give away millions to the needy. They set up amazing charities to help the needy in the world. I'm thinking right now that that is pretty spiritual in my books, because I remember reading somewhere that there's no better calling in this world than service to others. I didn't think of it until now. I don't need to be connected to my family and their money history. I can be a catalyst for my family. I can be a catalyst for financial growth in my family and create abundance in my life. I can help them create abundance, and I can support them as well. And if I were to really look deep down inside, I do believe that ultimately all my family want for me is to be happy and to do better than they did and to have what they didn't have. I know that now. I look around at people thriving in this economy, and I know that it's not the economy that's to blame. It's just a good excuse for me not to change my thinking and go from poverty and the lack thinking that I've had all this time to the abundance and prosperity that I already have, that already exists in my life just right now. I see it all around me. Abundance is everywhere. It's in nature, in businesses, in my life, in my family, in my bills, in my health. I am just so amazingly abundant, and I deeply love and accept myself regardless of how I felt otherwise. I choose to now take into my system this amazing feeling of abundance and prosperity that I have, and I choose to radiate this and to believe the real truths of money, that I'm grateful and I'm free to create whatever I want in my life. And that money can be experienced as a spiritual resource for me and for my family. I have the amazing ability to create my wealth now because I am a child of God, of the universe, of higher source. I have the divine abilities within me to receive what I need to create my wealth now. All I need is ask, receive, and act. I feel grateful there is enough money in this world for everyone, and I don't need to compete with anyone or anything. The world is abundant for us all. I have the right to create wealth in my business and in my ventures and in my life, and I have the tools for success within me to do so now. And I'm ready to receive what I need to do. I now realize that I have an inner peace and a contentment that actually has nothing to do with money. It's all about what's inside me. And as I allow that to grow, I know I will be more magnetic to the people, circumstances, and opportunities that will allow me to create the abundance I need to afford this, insert your word. I need it in my life at the moment, but I choose to allow myself to flow and allow the universe to do its thing for me as I feel more peace and more joy in my ability to appreciate and create the abundance I have right in front of me. I am safe to create wealth. I feel safe. I am safe, and I am willing and ready. I am ready. I am ready to use my wealth to bless my life and the lives of others. I am worthy. I am ready. I choose wealth now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take a deep breath. I hope you enjoyed that. I know it was lengthy, but I hope you enjoyed that. Now, what I want you to do is to take your rating and put down a number now. What is your emotional intensity around being able to afford what it is you need? Is it a 9? What did it start as a 9 and has it gone down? It's most likely it will go down. And what I suggest you do to get it right down, just keep following through on this video, keep going over the tap. Maybe just skip to certain parts that really resonate with you and your situation at the moment. But know that now you have the ability to create the abundance because you are already abundant. And I hope that helped you. Okay, until next time, goodbye.